Disclaimer. The information and education material contained herein is meant to promote the general understanding and dialogue of GAN's processing. Such information is not meant or intended to serve as a substitute for a healthcare professional's clinical training, experience, or judgment. For patients and individuals, such information is not to be a substitute for professional medical, therapeutic, or healthcare advice or counseling. For medical issues or concerns, including decisions about medications and other treatments, readers, viewers, listeners should always consult their physician or, in serious cases, seek immediate assistance from emergency personnel. Prescription information, procedures, and use of medical devices information should be undertaken only by properly trained and certified medical personnel. We specifically disclaim any warranties, express or implied, including implied warranties of merchantability or fitness for a particular purpose. Such information is provided, as is, and is believed to be accurate at the time of its publishing, but it is the viewer's job to evaluate the accuracy of any information found in this presentation. Every case presented is of their own experience, applied by themselves for themselves, and it applies to their case only. Every person experiencing health problems should seek professional medical advice and consult their course of treatment with a doctor. The processes of plasma balancing described herein are a natural process which supports the body but does not replace medical advice or therapies one is already subject to.
It's time for change to move into the real work of the universe. And it's time to understand that we use the matter state to reach the level of understanding of the soul of the man. Now you understand maybe why the Creator has sent his messengers in the name of whatever you have had. Is that they bring the ears, that it can be used when the time of the Messiah comes. They can teach the soul and the message, not to oppose, but by them understanding through those who have become Messiahs, to give from their souls to these to elevate, the job is made easy. The school is there and the students are devotedly Then there won't be any fight between what they call the Muslims and the Christians. The lamb and the lion will eat and sleep in the same nest. The Christians and the Muslims will sleep and pray in the mosque and in the same church in the name of their souls, not in the name of religion that is used to create so much conflict for the benefit of those who were the hyperactive children. The time has come, the time of change is here. And as I said, my wish is my command. If it's your wish to see peace, path of peace is laid very clearly. It's the soul of the collective awareness by giving will create that position of change. No other thing. There is no pen in the soul of the man. And I'm sure once you go into the universal community, you will never see anything written but the balance of the fields of the soul of the existence. Try to be humble enough not to become arrogant in the power that you have understood and you possess. Otherwise, you'll fall in the same path of the church and the mosque. This is what we promised, and this is what we have delivered. We have to understand the operation of the soul, and we have to understand the soul of the man is a star in the cosmos of the universe. If we compare the soul of the man and many of us, 7 billion in one collection, Earth is like a galaxy with so many stars. When we look in the depth of the universe, we see galaxies with hundreds of millions of stars in it. So is the planet Earth. It carries 7 billion beautiful stars, which are the soul of the man. Carries with it soul of so many trillions of animals, plants, and everything else. So if you look, when someone who does not see the physicality of the earth and its content, what do they see? They see a galaxy with so many beautiful lights shining, each one according to their strength, each one according to their position. An infant has a beautiful soul, so has the old man. To those who do not see the physical dimension of this planet, but they see the strength of the field, we are clusters of stars. The human race, every single soul, no one from a distance sees that's the soul of a fisherman, that's the soul of the cosmologist, that's the soul of the president. They all shine irrespective of the physicality. This is the magic. This is what the new science has to bring to man. When we look to our soul, we see nothing but a star in the other souls. And this is the break. This is the understanding. This is what all these teachings are about. Coming to mature to the next level, to understand in the deep space, the universe is the oyster for those souls who serve. Then man is ready to go into space. Then man is ready to become part of the universal community which has been promised. I never promised you heaven. I always promised you the elevation of the man to join the family. And now you have the key. It's you who has to open the door to understand if I can raise the soul of these people or millions of other souls, that the physical life on this planet changes, then I'm worthy to be part of the universal community. To be there to serve, to expand, to be there, to be part, that in the cycle of life of universe, I become, in being part, I become part of the totality. When man reaches that point, a new dimension in the strength of the soul of the man will appear, which is beyond imagination of understanding of the physical life. It's the gate to the opening of the new life, in a new dimension, which is beyond imagination of what you might call a new beginning, a new cycle, which that cycle carries with itself the origin of the creation of life in the universe. It's the elevation of the soul to serve become the key, not a throne of the physical life. The time is right. The time has come for the man to go through this process.
Sound check.
Okay, thank you, Mark. I had my mic off while I was announcing, so I'll re-announce here again. The 169th One Planet, One Nation, One Race for World Peace for Tuesday, May 11th, 2021. This is a broadcast of the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute Education Department and part of the public teachings in English. And my name is Rick Kremd. I'll be host today, along with Mark and John. Thank you, Mark, for reminding me my microphone was off. So let's get into today's show. And the hosts are presenting the Universal Council, who will be presenting the actual workshop. So let's get into that now. Hello, Universal Council.
Hello, Azhar. You are going to read?
Yes, okay. I'm here.
Okay.
Good morning. This is Azhar Yusuf Farsi. This is the platform for One Planet, One Nation, One Race for world peace. As you know, every Tuesday we have this platform for all the UC members to share what they have and what they see in transition time we have between where we are now and where we're going. And this is a very important time for all of us. As much as you might not see so much activity going on or we might not talk about so much activity, but so much is going on. And one example of it is in Iran. So much is going on, but we can't talk about it until later. And fascinating aspect of it is, I think for eons, Mr. Keshe talks about for a million years ago, your action was decided. And I think there was a plan in place all the time. And then when we go back to Iranian revolution and what happened to Iran, and what happened with that revolution was displacement of so many Iranian all over the world. And then I could see for a fact that what's the reason for it? What's going on with all Iranian be in almost every single country on this planet. Everywhere you go, you see a group of Iranian who left Iran, and then they created their life someplace in the world. For that, actually brought us to this critical point that we are, because the activity that's going on in Iran is not only in Iran, is that's the source, but then it's connecting everywhere. Be it in China, be it in Japan, be it in Europe, be it in Africa, being in North America, being in South America, everywhere we see the connection. So I think in time, probably Mr. Keshe will talk about everything that he needs to talk about. But it's a very crucial time for all of us, and it's important for us to have a clear message in terms of our not only our feelings, our emotions, what we utter as words to others. Everything counts. Every minute of our life at this moment counts. We are here for a short time, and we might as well use it very well and make it extended to the point that we can be expanding to other universes while we're here. So I read this passage for you, One Planet, One Nation, One Race for World Peace, through the beauty of the soul of diversity, of the languages spoken on planet Earth. All souls are as equal, and all are as creators, as they are created in the image of the Creator. Thank you. Do you want to read this?
Yes. Hello, everybody. My name is Dor. I'm the UC for the Hebrew language. And this is a wish from the Universal Council. We, the Universal Council, give freely from our souls to the people of the nation of Colombia and the people of the nation of Myanmar and the rest of humanity. Take what you need to elevate your souls and to find everlasting peace. I'm present.
I am 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 present.
And I am present. Thank you, Dor.
And I am present.
I am present.
And like, can we pass this because there is not much going on that I want to talk about? Please, thank you.
Hello, Rick, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead, Swati.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, my dear. This is Shweta Anwar, UC Hindi language, representing Hindi community. And I will say, welcome, my dear ones. Welcome to the One Planet, One Race, One Nation. Welcome to the beautiful energy of Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute. Welcome to the beautiful energy of Universal Council. Welcome, beautiful souls, welcome. And in India, we say, when we welcome somebody, we say, Suswagatam. So, Suswagatam, Salam, Namaste, Salute. Today, I want to share an experience that I began this journey, that turned, I began to journey back to the within the paradise. So this is how things happens in the physicality, in the matter state. And that was about the Russian mother in a Keshe Foundation workshop, knowledge seeker workshop earlier, was telling about her daughter, about her demise, and the sadness I can understand. And that was her experience, that she became very sad. This is about my experience when I lost my father who loved me the most. I am like a flower to him. I'm the first child, and he loved me more than anything. And I was so a kind of boyish type of fan. I was going everywhere and not listening to anybody, kind of that, like a teen. I lost my father when I was a teenager. And at that time, I was so ignorant, you can say innocent, and nothing. I thought the whole world is made for me, this world. And then my father died of a gastric ulcer. Even he was a homeopath. These injuries have caused him because of his extreme strain of his past life. Yes, I know that. But he died, and at the night he died, as in the tradition here in our religion, they follow this cremation process. And as I heard, my father died. I am with my friend, my childhood friend. Her name is Pampa Adhikari. She was with me, and I was laughing like a mad person laughs. I laughed like that, and I was continuously laughing. Even my father was died. I have to cremate him. I have to ignite the fire of the cremation. I was applying the oil of the paradise on him, but I didn't know that was my father. That was the experience I have. I didn't know. I only know that my father is here with me. And I laughed and laughed. The second day I also laughed. Then now I understood that was the journey I started. And even the, as you know, society, I was laughing. They told me that you are going mad. You are a mad girl. You never listen to anybody. You are laughing. Your father has died. You are laughing. Even my friend has not talked to me for a long time because of this, because I laughed. Then I understood that my father was there with me. He don't want to get the experience. He didn't want to me to be in the sadness. So that was the experience, that the soul comes out and hold me and told me that I have never gone. Up till now, I never experienced that my father has died. I seen him in my dreams. He was talking to me. He was young, and I never experienced that he was gone. So this is the way sometimes the soul uh, uh, covers you to safeguard, to save you from the outer matter state. Even the people were standing and And very strangely, I was strangely, because of I was laughing. They were strangely staring at me and talking about me. I didn't see anybody else. I just laughing. I just laughed. I never experienced that my father died at that time. And now also, I don't even feel that he died. The essence, the residue, the essence that he is with me never gone. And like he's live with me always. So even now I understand that was the turning point, that the death of my father was a turning point of me to understand. Then I turned and I just started to penetrate from within the matter state, the social dilemma, the everything I faced then when turning back towards the light. Now that was very painful and suffering, but I know I learned a lesson. I know my father was with me. So I think it is my point of view, as of my experience, that sometimes the soul comes, as in Moshfek's teaching in KF SSI Bangla. He told us that sometimes this is a kind of superhuman act, that the soul covers you. He's a beautiful teacher, and he's like, and the soul covers you like a covering, and protects you from the outer dangers, outer realms that are lies and fake. So I was protected then, but the learning was not easy. But for us, the learning was not easy because of this matter state, this dense matter state we created. But as our Keshe Foundation is here, the universal community is here, we are connected with them, always was, now they will appear at the presence, at their presence is here. So the new generation, as we always invite the new generation, they will not experience the pain. They don't have to pain. They don't have to go through the pain, through the fire, through the examination or competition. So I will say that this is a experience of my soul covering me, as my father becoming the protector, even he was gone physically. Then the point of view, I will read a quote tweeted by the Sisterhood of Rose, that in the Twitter, that you believe in chaos, so it exists. You believe a perfect world is too good to be true, and so it is. You believe life is unfair, so it remains that way. So it remains that way. You are convinced nothing can change, so it doesn't. You believe you are a victim of circumstances, so external circumstances still control your life. Now, if you think I am wrong, I will be. Change your consciousness, change your world. And this is the way my point of view changed. I turned, as courage is the virtue of the heart. I said, no, I don't need anymore like these things, those who corrupted the situation, those who given pain to me. I don't need them anymore. And then the journey began at that time. And now we all reached here. So many have this learning process, and now we are here. So I am very I am very thankful to Keshe Foundation and my Messiah, lovely human being, universal being, Shriman Mehran Tavakoli Keshe. So this is my presentation, my sharing from the core of my heart and soul, my dear ones. So this is how you can change your perspective about your way of thinking, your point of view. The field strength, as a plasma being, the ethos always flows within. Just you have to understand that good and bad conduct will comes when you indulge in the matter more. When you indulge in the kindness and don't desire for fruits, That is the ethos of the universal creator, who is one. So thank you very much for listening to me. This is a soul connection to every soul that is exist here in love. Thank you very much. Salam, namaste, salute. Thank you, my dear Rick.
Thank you, Sweta. Okay, we go on to the Bengali community.
Hello, everyone. This is Mosfek representing Bengali community. We started talking about our conduct at the individual level or within us in our own home. But our home is also at the same time part of the community or a nation. And in our wishes today, we talked about the specific nations where conditions have become a bit challenging for those communities, namely Colombia and Myanmar. Myanmar is a neighboring area where I live right now. And their aspirations are not really that different from ours where we live. And the peace we all want in our home, in our surrounding, is as much part of our community as theirs, our neighbors. So as we cultivate peace in our own home, let's say at the individual level, it affects our surrounding, our family, our friends. So they see the result of this peace. There is a certain brightness to it. And people or neighbors and friends feel at ease. Does this apply at the level of a community? Why not? A happy, prosperous, not necessarily in the sense of material sense, prosperous in terms of our respect for others, our service to others. That kind of peace is also contagious. And this characteristic, it applies equally to nations for us to become one planet, one race. And so how do we make this inner peace go further? By embracing others in our envelope of peace. Think of it, we're hugging them with peace. And it can be a community, it can be a nation. In terms of field strength, we can operate at these levels rather easily. As a part of being universal community, this is some of the beginning steps, so to speak, of embracing others with respect, with love, with the intention of serving them to the very best of our ability. So they're really close by. And they're as close as we want them to be or wish them to be. In other words, as we raise our field strength, they become part of us. Their peace is our peace. Our peace is their peace. Is it contagious? Maybe it's the same thing. It is the same thing. So as our neighbors and friends and family go through their difficulties, we can always extend our helping hand, and our helping hand of service and love that translates into action. This is very natural, and as we do it in higher field strength, we don't extend a physical hand, but the field reaches out, and they also receive it, and we all elevate ourselves in the process, as we can do with the cells in our body, and they are part of our body, which is the human community on this planet. In a way, the work at home that we started talking about earlier about ourselves, our home extends a little further to the planetary level. And in this context, we are just learning how to be part of a larger community. From being individual, from being a small community in our locality, to the level of nations coming together in unity. And in due course, that too will extend beyond the boundary of the planetary scale. And all this is making these peace spread, making it stronger, making it reach a higher field strength. Is there a feedback? Surely there is a feedback. Because as we do this, we gain the capacity to operate in the universal context. So this is as good a time with the awareness, as Azar mentioned, reaching further in all the communities across the planet. This is the time to engage. And in engaging, we have the individuals and the regular people in the nation or in an area. And in this, we can also invite those who are in leadership position. Yes, these leaders, they have faced a lot of difficulties, temptation, you name it. And sometimes they were forced to act in a certain way, in one way or another. We all do these kind of things at an individual level, in the form of disease and various other things. So as we learn to be kind to ourselves, we can be kind to them in the sense that we invite them in the peace process. And that is part of this signing. Yeah, it's a pen and a piece of paper. But what we are aiming for is much more than a pen and a piece of paper. We are reaching their soul this way. We have to be kind to them as we have been learning to be kind to ourselves, for they are part of the mankind. That does not mean that we forget what has happened in the past, but we do look forward to see their cooperation, the spark of light lighting up their being. And we don't forget what has happened. So we invite them. Some of them will make progress, surely. Some of them will take longer, as is the way of men everywhere. Some of us are more observant, so we see the spark and the light or the brightness. And so we invite all of humanity in this, knowing very well that there are forces operating for us. Sorry about that. So, yes, in this process, we may have to be patient with some of our fellow men, but they too are part of mankind. The being, the aspect of kindness is still there. And they'll have this struggle, but they're always invited to join us in the peace process. And we in turn enhance the field strength as much as we can, so that they can see the light and all of us can proceed together in this journey towards peace. Thank you.
Thank you, my dear Moshfik. Thank you so much. And all the love from my heart and soul, my dear, and blessings of Ma. And I will say it in Bengali, Moshfik. Tomake, as a part of Bengali community, I say to Moshfik, তোমাকে অনেক অনেক অশেষ ভালোবাসা হৃদয় দিয়ে আর আর তোমাকে মায়ের আশীর্বাদ. I will add to it a little that when Moshfik says that when you are in peace, then other people are also becoming in the level of understanding in a way in peace or learning how to be in peace. As we see sometimes these donations, blood donations, an advertise came in a paper that we need an A positive blood, and they are not having the positive blood in the family. And a person from another state, sometimes from even another nation came, another race came and give him the blood. Says, I am in your group, my dear. So the person was strange. Who are you? Oh, the blood is the same. As universal creator has created us in his own image. So we are all same, physically, whatever it is, but from within we are all equal. So, and as we are invite, like, this is the universal enhancement unit. There is no discrimination, there is nothing. You can come, you are invited in peace, of course, in exchange of technology, or technology in exchange of peace, whatever you can, vice versa. It is plasma, it is a universal device. Come and donate, like we donated blood so many times to so many, as we are all equal. So even a $1 or an intention to donate, and pure intention always works. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. From wherever you are, like Mr. Keshe said all the time, Thank you to be here. Thank you, Sweta, for what you just said, and Mushfaq and Azar and Don. Thank you so much. So we make wish for all the nation that are in difficulties, and we wish for the whole humanity to go towards peace, to have one vision, that it's peace. So this again today, I remind you the project, the World Peace Project, one city, one center. And here you can see the two pictures of the announcement unit in Linz. So I think it's been announced that this center will be moved to Vienna. And like Sweta said, this is the plasma is the force, the strongest force there is in the universe, and is also inside us. So we are all connected to this force. And I think it was last Thursday, Mr. Keshe done a very beautiful presentation. Actually, I think it was the Thursday before, when he talked about the beat of the plasma, that then the plasmas go a beat. So the plasma technology is unique in its kind because it's an entity. So like I said last week, Mr. Keshe, from my understanding of what Mr. Keshe said, the plasma is an entity, and it's not like the electric that you switch on and off. The light in your house or the computer. The plasma has got different application because it's an entity, so it's building up. There are all the. It's how we are created. So you cannot. It's not a process that you can speed up or control in the way that we are used to. Like I just said, the electric in your house. The plasma, it's made between interaction of many fields. That's why it's come from the creator, because it comes from the source, and then we go back to the source. So it's light. It's so it will from one ray, then you got two ray, then three ray, and then the overlaps of all these ray and this build up of this crossing of energy and interaction of dynamic energy, that what's create the plasma. So this ball of light that you can compare to the sun or to the stars, or also the soul inside us. So we have all this common, I don't know, say dominator. I remember Mr. Keshe, again from my understanding, when he described the plasma, maybe because I'm Italian, that's why I remember, like a base of a pizza. And you got the four particle, and they're like the dome, the base of the pizza, and then you put all different type of toppings in the pizza. So you have different pizzas, so you got different things like humans, animals, plants, but they all have the common dominator. So I think introducing this project, the World Peace process, definitely it's like going back home. So put things back together to the original state, to put things together. But that's why back to balance, no? We talk many times. Actually, I should go slowly for the translator, because I know I'm talking very fast. So the plasma, it's like also plasma technology, or the project World Peace Project, One City, One Center. It's like going back home, going back to the origin, or going back to balance. The word peace means balance of the fields. So, as we know, the life of today cannot be sustained for longer. We polluted as much as we can, and we try to control nature as much as we can. But we discovered that nature cannot be controlled. So now we're gonna start this new era where we're gonna learn how to live with nature, or live with the law of the universe. So we need to more than ever get united to share knowledge and working together. And this is where I think it's a new things for us, because we've been always been brought up in a society where there is a lot of competition. We compete a lot, you know. One example can be the Olympics or the sport. We are all have this competitive way of thinking that goes very well with the science of today, where you have separation, and you know, to do testing, you separate. But the birds in a cage, it's not anymore a bird. Even those we testing through separation, by separating, the very things is not anymore the things we are looking for. So if you put a mouse in a cage to study it, the mouse in a cage is not anymore a mouse. So we learn that we cannot separate one from the other. So the separation is illusion. But the mouse or the birds is a birds when interact with nature, one is completely free and interacting with the whole surrounding. So we enter into an era where from competitive thinking, we're going into cooperative thinking, where we start to work together and cooperative together. And in this way, you have a system. For example, plasma, you can see plasma as a system. So it's energy fields that interact with many energy fields and then create its own like ball of light, no? And then you got a system that can be you as a person, you are a system, and you interact with other system. So you have system, into another system, into another system. And that is called like when you go a cooperation society. And there it's where magic happened, and or where plasma happened. No, so where the impossible become possible, and the possible become easy, and then the easy become elegant. These are the steps. So now we're in a point where we're learning how to cooperate. So we going far away. We start to going away from the competition way of thinking. You cannot be in two shoes, so your life will be very different if you have a competitive mind and you're then someone who choose for cooperative life. You cannot have both. You cannot be in both. So so we come out of the moment, we see that we're going out, we're moving away from the competition, from the competitive way of thinking and separation, because we can't come to a point where it cannot be sustainable any longer. And we cannot read nature, so we cannot write, we cannot go in against on how everything's made. So we slowly now starting the plasma era, where we going into the cooperative way of working. So we make a common has to be like a common vision. That's why word peace, a common vision that unites us together, where we know that we've working in this way, thinking in this way, cooperative way of thinking, where the impossible become possible and magic happen. That it's not magic once you know, once we gain a little bit of knowledge of how the universe works. So because we got all this system working together, we become also unpredictable. So that's why we need to become creative, and we need to open up our mind to the impossible become possible, and we need to start to think out of the box. And that's why we make this project, One City, One Center, because we need to really develop this technology together. So the knowledge has been given to us from Mr. Keshe, and from and Mr. Keshe, he said, I'm not the only one who's got this knowledge, because to have this knowledge, you have to just understand how you can tap into the universal fields, because the knowledge is in the fields, is not in the books. And Mr. Keshe, he said, I'm not the only one who's got this knowledge, and I'm happy to exchange knowledge with other people and working together. So because we need to develop this. So now we know what is plasma. Now we know how with learning how the universe works. Also, for who doesn't know how the universe works, we give this knowledge for free. So all people are welcome to learn this new knowledge, or this old knowledge, whatever you want to call it. And then we all together need to develop it and make the new future, become reality. So that is why it's very important to be all together. So it's not like I really stress on this. It's not like when you go into a shop, and you buy a product, and you're expecting to okay, this is the product, and you go into the shop, you're going to buy the product, and then you're expecting everything goes smoothly, use the product. No. This one is something that we have to develop together. So we get to know how the universe works. We get to learn more how what is the plasma, and we get to know how can we apply. But then it's up to us to really introduce. It's up to us to really introduce our knowledge that we have, introduce the plasma to the adding the plasma to, or adding this new way of thinking to our normal life. So it's something that we have to do together. So each one of us has to look their life and understand that what we're doing is not sustainable any longer. And how can we apply this new way of thinking to make our life become sustainable again? No need to have a fear. So even those in the news, like I told the last week, you may be reading news. They are real news, but not to have a fear if you understand the power of the plasma. So, for example, every time I told last week as well, every time I open the chat, just because more than ever, everyone tried their best to inform each other, to give each other's knowledge, to united to overcome any problems with different solution. You can see from when you read, many people have no solution. They would say the things like now society going a situation where the people with power wants more power. Even Mr. Keshe said it in the last public workshop, that it's all people with a lot of power. They just want to have more power, and therefore they using nanotechnology to try to restrict people's freedom to gain more power. And other people, they're doing their best to let know people about these other people who try to gain more power, and by warning that there are powerful people they want to restrict life of many. They also scare them because they say there is no solution. You all have already between 20,000 or I don't know how many nanoparticles in your body. More or less, we all already contaminated. But again, this is they don't have a solution because they don't know plasma. And Mr. Keshe said many times, who's got fear is because has not the knowledge of the plasma or didn't understand the knowledge of the plasma. And when I say the knowledge of the plasma, I mean the knowledge of the universe, or the knowledge that we go inside us, or the knowledge of the sun, the knowledge of the creator. Is the same things. I'm just changing names. So that's why it's our duty to really spread as much as we can, the fastest we can, the awareness of the plasma technology. So people will eventually, when they will have a little bit of knowledge, they will the fear will disappear. The fear will disappear. We have to work hard. So all of us working hard, all of you working hard, I'm sure, on try to do our best as much as we can every day, and to support others. So we all definitely, I know that we're all involved in this, and I know that it's not easy to deliver the best of you every day. Like every day you have to make sure you give the best of you. But this is the only way. This is the only way. I don't know how we're gonna do this. I don't have clue how we're gonna achieve all this. But I'm sure that if each one of us just think about themselves on how they can do their own best and stop looking everybody else around them, really try to focus on don't look your neighbor. Don't look how that one have a better things or doing a better life or they doing or judge other. They are not correct or they should not have done that. Really stop, look each other's and just focus. Mr. Keshe said many times, just focus on what you can do to find peace and happiness inside you. You have to be content with what you got, and find the best of what you can do in your situation. Everyone's got problem, everyone, but the trick is how fast can you recover from this problem and keep going and follow your truth, your inner truth, because otherwise we can lost in looking each other's and blame each other. And this is something that is finishing, because if we go into the cooperation way of thinking, there is no anymore looking for someone to be guilty or not looking for someone to point the finger. So this is the way that we have to embrace as a new way that will take us out of all this entanglement that we made over the years. And then as anyone does their best, you have different option to do your best. So as we said before, like a sweater, if you can donate, if you got money to donate, because the concept here, we want to reach, we want to make a project, zero profit. And this project, it's for the people to the people. So you are part of it. You are involved in this project, you know. So you can donate if you want to donate. If you got spare money to donate, that can be your involvement, or you can become a volunteer, like Ginger said the last week. But the application sometimes can be slow because we got the same issue, because we grow so exponentially. There is so much to do, and because it's a project for the people to the people that include the whole world, the whole humankind, is enormous. Is enormous project. So it's not a one person project. It's everyone project, and like Mr. Keshe said, the Keshe Foundation is not a group. It's not. Keshe Foundation is everyone. Is you. Is you. No one excluded. So this is your project. So you can participate as you want. The much you want. No one push you to do more than you can. But remember, this is unconditionally. So remember this, because the engine that make go the world around, the engine that makes this energy, because as I said, the plasma is not a plug that you plug into. For example, the announcement unit, they don't have wires, the new announcement unit. Why? Because it's not a plug. So to get this engine to get started, thank you, Rick, to get the engine to get started, you need unconditional giving. So it's very important that any help you want to give has to be unconditionally. We go, this is the screen. Rick just showed the donation. a little bit like crowdfunding. So you can see each nation, people donate. I see Italy a little bit, always the same amount. So it means people, they don't understand that this is a project for everyone. So when you donate, any spare money that you have is going for the people to the people. So it's zero profit. It will be used, all this money are used to open new center. So for example, I'm receiving privately phone call from people who have relatives who are not well, or themselves are not well, and they maybe say to me, I heard about the Keshe Foundation. I heard you got this, you got that. Can I try some of your guns? Is this machine still is operating? So again, this is an old way of thinking. Here is something that we have to do all together. So if you want to be healed and you want to be cured, or you want to, actually, this word, I cannot say this word, but if you want to rebalance yourself, and you need to put some work into, this is where self-responsibility comes. So even the person that is healed, doesn't matter which healiness you got, you have to put some self-responsibility into. So you have to take initiative. So you have to learn. We give for free. We give for free information. We give for free knowledge, but it's up to you to learn it. And we give you as much support as we can. But the enhancement unit are, the reason why it's called enhancement is because enhance the body. So it means you have to understand that you don't have to rely on this machine for everything. You have to learn, and this we teach you for freely, how the plasma work, what is plasma, where is the plasma, so you will realize it in your body, and then you will have to learn how to apply this plasma. So you can apply by using the machine or the guns. So we see in this picture, you got different type of guns. We're made of guns in the body. And then you got the two type of machine, one for the body and one for the matter state, for the material. You replicate the sun and the earth. Okay, so but those machines are here for us to show us how our body works, to show us how the earth works, to show us how the universe works. So you can do with the machine, or you can do without the machine. You can do with the guns, or you can do without the guns. But together we need to create research places. We need to test the plasma, do a lot of experiment, collect a lot of testimonials. We need to apply the plasma in different fields and try out those fields. So we need all of you. We need all of you to get together. So it's not just something that you call and you say, I'm not well, can I have a doctor? No, we need, because as I said, the project is so big, we are so few, we need an enormous amount to be able to, of people and money and expertise to be able to, to respond to the demands of everyone and everyone. So this is the project. So I just really wanted to make understand that it's really something that we have to do together. Okay, so it's not something you're going to approach us in the shop. Okay, thank you so much.
Who likes to read the Dome of Peace? Anyone?
Dean usually read it, but I can read it.
Okay, if Dean wants to read it, it's fine.
Can you hear me, guys? Yeah, I can read it. I'd like to read it. So it's Dean here, representing the English language, English community speaking. The Dome of Peace from Mr. Keshe. Please remember this Sunday and every Sunday from now on until we raise the soul of this planet to a peaceful planet. KF knowledge seekers worldwide will spread the GANS waters around the world at 12 PM CET time and 18 PM CET every Sunday at the same time as they choose which time to suit them. Thank you for participating in this greatest movement by the soul of the man to bring about the peace on this planet as a permanent feature of the life of this planet.
Thank you, Dean.
Thank you.
Anyone wants to add to what Estefania was talking about?
I like to add, Azhar.
Please.
Oh, thank you. I like to add, as beautiful Stefania said, so much in kindness, that these enhancement cities, one city, the enhancement unit in the cities, as the city spreads outward and the outward comes within. So I will add that the donation will be universal for everybody. So this is the first time this is happening on Earth, in this civilization we are experiencing. Well, this is an ancient technology, the technology of the universal creator in the limelight, in the sparkle of light. And please, if you have the heart and soul wish for enhancement of humanity, please do donate. I appeal to all souls from all over, those who really understood the balance of plasma. Of course, there are gifts, and the level of understanding, knowledge, that is the key. That is the beautifulest one ever have given to anybody here. So I will say, please do join, and please donate with your heart and soul. That is the most in peace. Sign the peace treaty and donate. And this is the first time, and I will say the final transition of human being to merge in the universal community. And this is the beautiful way to understand what we are, what we are supposed to do, and what we are going. There is no speed of light, there is light in speed. So the sparkle of light. So this is the sparkles of light coming out. So like we'll say in plasma energy, we say dynamics, we say x-axis, y-axis, and z-axis. And the rays are coming from the x-axis after transmuting so many sometimes the energies we don't even need. So this enhancement unit works like that, works like a mother. You sit on it and forget. It will understand the child who you are. So thank you so much. Thank you, Azhar. Thank you. Thank you, my dear Dean. It was always beautiful to hear from you. Thank you, my dear.
Thank you, Sweta. if you, I'd just like to say something about the universal units. So the universal units are being used from Linz to Vienna, but the knowledge is the same, and the units have been enhanced and have new technologies, a beautiful way of balancing physicality and also the emotions. And as we know, the emotions are responsible for many situations within our physical bodies on the planet Earth. And so it will be a special moment when each and every nation, every family, every person who requires a certain condition, a certain balance in their physicality, will receive the field strength of these universal units. I think for some conditions we seem to be experiencing right now in certain nations, if we were to give from our soul to these units and then on to the soul of the nations, we could help and enhance and freely give to bring some peace and unity and beautiful plasma balancing to all the nations that require the Universal Council's knowledge and its wisdom, its presence in the moment to bring this beauty that this knowledge has. The units are, in addition to the present knowledge that we have in our understanding of many aspects in science, from the medical aspect to being able to actually communicate with the universal community, to be able to communicate as a soul, as a person, as a being, with all beings, whether they be in a physical body, whether they be in a, let's say, our vertical friends, or the animals, our horizontal friends. So we can be at peace within ourselves, and we can connect with all these wonderful souls. The enhancement units are part of this process, and it will be very beneficial for many people to actually receive a field strength that they require to bring them into a peaceful, balanced position of being a human being that wants to give unconditionally, to aid a field strength, to give to another being. Because when we reach this position, things change, not only within our own structures, not only within our own families and our relationships, our communities. It changes the field strength across. And I think this is not just from, as I say, one person or a group of people or a nation, but right across the universe, the unicos. So this information, these universal units have the ability to reach the souls across the universal community. This is a universal knowledge, universal council meeting that is communicating this aspect that we're bringing to humanity. And when you receive the plasma waters, when you receive the enhancement of your soul, and you understand the knowledge from an atom to a universe, and everything in between is all plasma, you start to become balanced and want to share that knowledge and help all beings to feel that peace, to feel that that unity and wisdom that we all know deep within inside us. And when we start to then give this out, just as Stefania was speaking about earlier on, about the units and these towns and cities, they could be the new oases, the new enhancement units. They could be placed in each and every nation. They could be placed in each and every city, and they would completely transform society, completely transform the way that we interact as a species on this planet, completely transform your interactions, my interactions with each other. So we are talking about ancient knowledge that's been here before, that is here once more, and is here for all of us to share and experience, and to move forward into a new dimension of cooperation, peace, unity, enhancement, elevation of our souls, elevation of your soul, my soul, and all the souls present, because each and every soul is always present in every moment. And the universal family, the universal community are here observing and listening, aware of the situation that is happening on this planet, as they have always been aware. But they are present and gently guiding us, as they do with all souls. My soul and all the souls, your soul, they're all present in each and every moment, and they're here and very aware of the soul's beauty. And I would just like to say thank you to all the knowledge seekers, to the core team, the Universal Council, the Earth Council, and all the knowledge seekers. There's such incredible souls that are here to bring this beautiful knowledge forward. And the enhancement units are part of the process. You are an enhancement unit. And when you come to that understanding, you realize that you can change each and every cell in your body, each and every cell, each and every unit, each and every plasma unit across from yourself back to the creation, back to the creator. And this wisdom and knowledge is here, and it is a pleasure to be part of it. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you.
Thank you, my dear Dean. You beautifully and kindly explained so much beauty and totality. Thank you so much. And this is an invitation to join the Universal Council membership or the Universal Council support membership. This is an appeal of love, you can say call of love to all the beautiful energies, because in the soul level we are all one. So this is an invitation, a call, an appeal, swagatam, to join the universal community as a Universal Council member, to support humanity with your energy, with your knowledge, with your enhanced kindness. So I will say, please do join. And the stories that has been told to us, like once upon a time, there was a queen, there was a prince, far, far away. But now we know, in your story, that was me, and in my story, that was you. We are separated for so long that we forget. We thought these are stories, but we are real. We are very real. So this time, the stories are real, as in the oneness, come from all over, from anywhere, from wherever you are. Join the light, join the movement of life, move in the light, in peace and kindness. So I can appeal to that and always do. My dear Rick, can we go to the application? Please do join. And it is a form of transformation is going on this planet. We can see with our own eye, and we can understand in the level of understanding what is to be done. What is your perception of society, of cultures, of religions? Everything you can see now. Transparent never was. So this is the page of the Universal Council. As you can see, the violet flame, my dear. This is my way of thinking, the violet flame of purity. I think all the souls behave in this flame in clarity. So this is the page, and you can learn the Universal Council mandate, Universal Council charter. This is the logo of the Universal Council, my dear beautiful souls. This logo is the logo. You can see the Mitra carrying the essence of us within her, the essence of mankind that has been, is, will be, to the side of the paradise. We can say from the journey started from outside to the within. So this is the within, the radiant light, the knowledge of light, and the essence of mankind, the essence of humanity, the essence of all life and living. So be in the light, be in this light, the sparkle of light, live the life again, again and again. So this is the logo of the Universal Council. You can write a poetry out of it. The light of an enlightenment is so beautiful. So the Universal Council, the membership form is coming in a second. And as we know, there is some, many are filling the form, and there is so much changes going on. It will come in like a radiating light, and all the hardcore team of Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute is preparing for that. And we will join together now, forever, as we say sometimes. So this is the violet flame. I mean, this is the application. And please do fill up this form with your soul pen, with your intention to help, to serve, because we have to understand the services we have to do, we have to conduct as a service person. We always serve, we have to serve. This is not about us, this is about all that is. So please do fill this form, and this will do service to humanity never has before, and with your pen too, so that we can inspire others. We can say to others that this is the peace treaty I signed. I have taken the responsibility of so many, those who even don't know. So, because there is a vast difference in fear and awakening, and there's a vast difference between ignorance and innocence. So, I will say, please fill this form, be responsible for the innocence, and be the serviceman to serve. So fill this form and be in this truthfulness, because truth is the awareness people will get, and somehow very near they will know. They are knowing, they will know. It is sometimes painful to understand what they are saying, what we are seeing, but the truth is truth. It has to come out anyhow, by penetrating, as I have gone through, penetrating many levels of matter to the within. So it is coming out from the within to the outside, and people will see on the surface. So, dear Rick, there's the next page of the link. Please join my beautiful souls, and we are all beautiful beings. I also understood in this process of peace. This is the links to the documents of the Universal charter, which is very necessary. This is an enlightenment for every soul. Many is not knowing even a soul exists. So this is very necessary for the Universal Council member or any universal member or universal being. We are all universal beings. Please go through this universal charter, universal mandate, Universal Council mandate. Please go through the mandate. This is mandatory, and this should be done and conducted in the way it is, as a being natural, in kindness and in unity and in equality. So the Earth Council Constitution is very necessary, as we are on Earth, surrounded by so many things going on. This is necessary to know what we have to do. What we are not knowing then, we can know now then. So, and the final is the peace, peace roadmap, as we are going through this. And many gifts are on the way. We have seen, we have received, we have learned how to jump in the water of life, jump in the cup, be the cup, and experience life and living, my dear one. No, don't talk about death, experience life, experience living once more, like in a civilization that has been never before. We are suppressed for so many eons, and this light of enlightenment with this enhancement unit and the plasma reality came out, and Earth has supported that, universal community has supported that, and all the beings, those are love and in kindness, have supported this and are helping us. So prepare yourself, receive the help, understand in the knowledge of the Creator. So thank you very much, my dear ones. Suswagatam again. Welcome. Salam, namaste, salute. Thank you so much. Thank you, my dear Rick. And if there any question or interaction anybody wants to make, please do. That will be lovely. Thank you.
Okay, we've come to the Q&A part here, and we have Salamea. I got her hand up, and would probably like to say something. Go ahead, Salamea.
Hello, my dear friends. I was missing you one week. I was thinking to all of you. You were on my wishes for peace. I hope that together we can build a common basis for knowledge at international level, because many nations are competing, but scientific universal community for the first time cooperate in many international programs, and perhaps maybe we can help to this common understanding at the knowledge level. We need common values, but we need also common knowledge, knowledge from our soul. And this science of the soul is a common denominator for all humanity, and will enlighten the minds and heart and spirits of all scientists in order to find solutions for our problems of humanity. And our plasma science just find all solutions, but all scientific community together with people from the planet has to know about, and we have to help them to know about this wonderful knowledge received from the universe or from the Creator. Doesn't matter what is the name, universe or Creator, is the laws, the ethos, the ethics, the moral are the same. And this is important. This is our conclusion, that we can have science, we can have politics, we can have economics, we can have democracy, we can have political systems in the world without moral, without ethics, without the ethos of plasma. To be good, to be good, to think good, to make good for the people and to talk good. I also apply for Universal Councils maybe 2 months before, just to support you, but I can support from a friend of Universal Council. And I thanks to Rix because he sent me this letter, and Mr. Spiro, I don't know, sorry, maybe I forgot his name. He sent me, and I already sent to info for Old Fest International Festival, and we are waiting for a reply. I put in copy Marie, but today Marie is not here. I had his email address, and if I would like kindly to be in contact with you, but I don't have all your contacts, and maybe you can contact me because I would like to work together with you to help universal community, and especially nuclear physicists to apply plasma nuclear science for the peace, for the benefit of humanity, to make a shift and try to find solution for these problems, from health, for energy, for transportation, from environment, for agriculture, for many subjects. And we can include our plasma science in all area. And I have a good news. I told you that I wrote 3 plays inspired by plasma science and Universal Council values. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I hope that I will get funds as soon as possible and to print for Romanian people first, and after maybe at the international level, and spread in all schools and university as Tagore did. And Eminescu from Romania did. They put the knowledge of the universe, cosmology, in their poetic words to be accessible for the heart and soul of the people, of the children especially. Once Einstein went to meet Tagore and quote something from Tagore, and Tagore answered to Einstein, "Sorry, but I can't quote anything from you because you use only formula and you use only mathematics. I can't quote anything from you." So people will remember poetry more than mathematics and formulas. So we have to talk to the soul of the people from the creation of the soul. So I will leave you my contacts, and I hope that together we can unify the knowledge community, the scientific community, for peace, to create peace, to use knowledge only for peace and not for war. This is my wish, and this is a wish in consonance, in resonance with you, all my beloved friends from Universal cancel. I'm so happy every Wednesday when I come to be together with you and to participate in all other workshops which teach us about the science of the soul. This is important, the soul, because all we have soul, and souls are united because plasma is united. Everything on this universe has a soul, and the soul is a dynamic plasma, and we are all one. We are a totality. We have to create a society which is in synchrony with the totality, a society which is united, one planet, one race, one soul, one plasma science, which create unity with the help of love and peace. And Mitra is love and peace. Thank you, Mitra. Much love to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Salomia. Thank you so much for your concerns, for your wishes. Thank you.
Okay, is there any other questions or comments from our attendees here in the Zoom chat, or questions in the YouTube or live stream? There was a question from Angel previously. Has anyone here been in the Universal Enhancement Spaceship unit? I responded that Ella, the head of the Keshe Foundation, has been in the unit, but it was not available for use by the public while in display in Linz. But I don't know, has anyone else been in the unit?
Yes, you are right, my dear Rick. I also know like that. And now it is in display as to experience as this technology came in a visible light. People have to experience that, see that properly, and then it will come in public action in very near future. I mean, very soon. I presume that, and as my heart and soul told that this will be in action. I will say now this is displayed as a spark, all spark. Now it will be in action for the enhancement of humanity. Thank you, my dear angel.
Yes, I feel like I've been in the unit, so perhaps that counts for something. Perhaps my soul has been in the unit. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, but because this is the very point. That's why we call it World Peace Project. From my understanding of what Mr. Keshe teaches us, so we got the knowledge for free. So the knowledge is as you know, we all are working hard to spread the knowledge freely to everyone. And that one, it's something that we got right now for everybody, no one excluded. But the plasma technology, as we said, is an entity. So I really believe that that's why it's important to the peace treaty. We have to commit each nation to the peace treaty as a collective. We have to commit our soul to peace. And I think that it's what will then make function all the machine. From my understanding, this technology will not be given until will not be given to the people collectively until we didn't sign the peace treaty, because it's too far, it's too advanced. So if you think that with this technology you can materialize everything at the point of need, you can do things beyond your imagination, it's not possible. This goes in the hands of few, so has to be evenly spread and evenly distribute in all the countries, and in order to do this, the peace treaty is a very essential key. So I think the order will be this, from my understanding: peace treaty first. So we have to sign the peace treaty, all the nations have to sign the peace treaty, and then we're going to be able to have access to this technology. Only because, as we said, this is not a usual, this technology has never been shown on Earth before. So you have to understand that if this technology works only with the fields of unconditional giving, we cannot have wars or any trace of it doesn't work unless we're all united, basically. This is my understanding.
Yes, my dear Stefania, you were exactly right. The peace treaty was signed by the representative of the people, leaders.
We're getting some feedback going on, Shweta. I think it's your microphone.
Okay, I'm stopping.
It may have been from the KFTV microphone, I'm not sure. It was just a heavy hum coming through, I couldn't hear you.
Now? It's okay?
It seems to be, no, you have a problem with the microphone connection. Okay. Very loud, you have to mute, you're sorry. You got a problem with the microphone connection there, it sounds like. Anyway, we have an attendee with a hand up here. Jacko, would you like to go ahead?
Yes, hello everybody. I would like to say that when we were in Linz, we were guided by Dr. Klaus, and he was also inside of the unit while it was running. And he was explaining that it was a very intense experience he had. And he also said that while they were using it, it sounds maybe too strange, but they had the problem that they needed a toilet very much while it was running. It was one of the effects they had, and one of the things they learned for the future with the centers, that it is very important to have that. So it functions, it works in the body, I think on cell level, on every level. It is very, very intense. And my personal thoughts are going in this direction, that if we get used to be active inside of the fields, I think it is not necessary to have this hardware to reach the same level as we can. But my thoughts are also that if we want to explain to the people who are not familiar with the technology, who are not familiar with what these fields work on us, it can be a very good help device to use to show them the results in the end, even if they are not working with other reactors or plasma devices. So yeah, it is important. In the end, it is important to reach the freedom of the soul to act inside of the fields. I think that is what we should reach all for. And the units are devices to help us to reach this goal. Thank you.
Yes, very good point, Jacko. Okay, are there any other questions or comments from people?
I have, this is Azar. I have one comment. You see, Mr. Keshe talks about the soul being a driver's seat. Actually, the message is very clear for all of us and for humanity that if we all, our soul sit in a driver's seat, so far, most humanity, the physical soul is sitting on a driver's seat. And why is it important? Because we look at it two ways. You know, when you look at the enhancement unit, when you go to it, it changes your field. The field is not balanced, it balances you. That's why you go to the toilet. I can give you the same analogy with the plant medicine. But if you go back to the old ways of like gurus and mystic, they look at the body. And actually was interesting. The other day I was reading a mystic's book, and then actually they believe what we talk about that exists now, plasma technology, since they know a body, the base of it, the base of our bodies are energy, they talk about it, one day humanity is going to become it. And actually they say, I mean, this message was very clear that it says the mankind is going to speak to energy. What does it mean? It means we no longer you're going to use phone or any appliances. So right now, most of us running by physicality. That's why if you know, a lot of people say you have a destiny. You know, this is your destiny. Like if you go to a mystic or to a guru, they can tell you in 10 years what's going to happen, because it's easy to say it. Why? Because you have this energetic body around you that you completely and every day repeat the same thing. And if someone can read that field, it can tell where that road is going to end up in 10 years or 15 years. But when we decide, when we consciously decide, it means soul sit on a driver's seat. That actually you make conscious decision every day. We have to look at our life, that what is it that I do on a daily basis? Am I repeating the same thing? Because the physical soul, if you look at it, because we have one thing is our body, one thing is our mind. As much as our body is perceiving things, your body constantly recording everything that you are in an environment. Either you want it or not, even at night, we are recording all the memories. We are the bundle of memories of our body. But the body is saturated in a way that constantly repeat, like you have a CD, put it in a CD player, and it plays. That's the mind. But the body can, one of the important things about human being is we perceive things. What does it mean we perceive? Because the mind can seize and judges and quickly goes to certain conclusion. But if you allow the body perceive, what does it mean? It means to feel things. It means if they close your eyes, your ears, your 5 senses, you can find your way anywhere you are in the universe. You don't need that. Why? Because we're perceiving things like an antenna in the universe. If you have a radio station, if you put your antenna on it, you can perceive the radio station. It's the same thing the body can do. So we have to train ourselves with our soul. How does it work to feel? So if you take away your eyes and everything else, how do you feel? How do you feel about this situation? How do you react every day with everything? This is the question we have to ask ourselves, and everybody has to go on that direction, to go on a driver's seat with the soul itself, because the soul will take you where you need to go and makes conscious decision according to the whole planet, whole cosmos, the whole universe. So if it was because of this technology, we can, with the enhancement unit or other gadget we create for plasma, you can easily change this field. That's why actually I clearly see Dr. Klaus one time also told me when he sat in the unit, he had to go to the toilet, and I understand why. It's the same thing when you take ayahuasca, you have to go to the toilet or you vomit. Why? Because your field changes drastically, radically. is very overwhelming that the body have to excrete that out of your system, because you exit all the fear that is no longer in balance. And it comes actually, if anybody goes to the bathroom with these fields, you can see the stool that comes out is usually dark, kind of darkish stool. Why? Because it's the field that is no longer is necessary for the body. So if we go back, if you want to do it in always, like for example, if I see, if for example, if 20 people, if you go to a guru or mystic, and if there are 20 seats, and they ask us to sit on these 20 seats, so the mystic guru knows the 10 people who sit in a low seat, what kind of question they're going to ask, and the 10 people sat on a second row, what kind of question they ask. How can they say that? How can they say? Because they can read your memory, your body memory. That's why they can predict what kind of question you're going to ask, because you're just like an open book for them. So we have to remove that openness, but we have to become, because what we became individual, like a connection of us became limited, fragmented. What does it mean, fragmented? It means that we became fragmented in terms of not to see ourselves universal. So the way we born, the way we were trained, the way we were taught, everything was about what is it that I can do for me? So that's why when people do work for others, or we do work for a foundation, they say, oh, look how much I've done. Because we never worked when we do work, we do it for everybody. So that wasn't a habit. So that's why their life is fragmented. But when you wake up in the morning, the kind of work you do, the kind of thought it comes to your mind, you do it in a way that is for everybody. So even when you do something for someone, you don't say, oh, I did something for someone, because it is not in your vocabulary. So we have to move the way we think, all of it, to different direction, 180 degree. And if you want to do it in physical world, in all ways that gurus and mystic to do, you have to do maybe 5 hours of sadhana. But the easiest way is through plasma, to understanding your soul, to sitting, let your soul sit in the driveway. So your life is going to change drastically. Suddenly you see, a lot of people might not even recognize you, because you're not the same person. Even your face might change. Your body, the way you are standing changes. Everything changes, because your feel changes. How is it possible to be the same when your feel changes? Some people might not even become your friend anymore, because they don't understand you anymore, because they like the old you. They don't like the new you, because the soul is sitting in the driver's seat. So it is our obligation to be conscious of every action we do. And that actually, once we step into it, then our action and being in that field actually changes, like a ripple effect. It changes everybody else in our field. Because just like the magnet that Rick was showing in one of the teaching, when the magnet moves, the other magnet moves. So if you understand it as a knowledge seeker, as a Universal Council member, we have to ourselves step into the driver's seat. The soul has to see them at that point, that the whole changes that start to happen and magnifies. And it is a little bit of work, but it's doable. The question you have to ask yourself every day, what am I doing every day? Am I doing the same thing over and over? Am I like a tape recorder? Is my joy depending on the thing I do, or is the joy is continuous and it's not fragmented? Which one is it? Is it constant joy? How do I feel every day? So if it's not a constant joy in the body, and your life, your joy, or depend on situations, if you're doing this, is all physicality. When you go to the soul, when the soul sits in the driver's seat, the joy is constant. It never ends. It never. It's just like a fountain of water is constantly flowing. It doesn't depend on what you do, where you are, what you eat. It's not conditional. None of that is conditional. So these are the important things we notice, and is for us to change ourselves. Most importantly, changing ourselves. That ripple effect is going to change everyone else. Thank you.
Thank you, Azar. I sent you a message about how you can suppress your background noise in Zoom, and others can pay attention to that as well.
Okay,
because we could hear all of your background people talking and all of the noise in the background there.
Thank you, Rick. Yes, I'm in my office. Thank you for telling me that. Thank you.
There's a special setting that I should tell everybody about that's called suppress background noise in the Zoom settings. And, others can, I've sent a note to Mashfaq as well. He can do that as well and help prevent some of the background noise that gets kind of distracting when people are trying to speak. So it's called suppress background noise. You can set it to medium or high. And I do that for mine as well because I've got fans going on. They make a lot of noise. And if I don't do that, then it'll be even more distracting. So just a little hint there.
And chicken as well, you got kikiriki. Sometimes we hear the male chicken.
Yes, I haven't suppressed the chicken sounds yet. Maybe I'd have to put it on the highest setting in order to do that. But it's so far pretty quiet.
It's really nice to hear, actually. I will not suppress it. Really nice.
The rooster has amazingly good timing, actually, but usually comes on when it's time to end. And we are near the time to end here. So, but we have Jacko, I think, put his hand up again and would like to say something here. So let's get him in.
Yes, it is. Yesterday, I was looking at streaming. It is from TEDx in Arnhem in Holland. They had a big session where professors were talking together about disinfection by plasma. And that took my attention. So I watched it, and it was very interesting. They were talking about water treating with high voltage to make plasma conditions, and they use it for cleaning the hands for operations or for difficult works. Beside that, they found that if they use it on plants, this water, what was treated, that the plants grow bigger. It is a project with the 3 biggest universities of Holland. It's very actual working, and this professor was connected to another professor in Eindhoven. And then for me, the bells were ringing because Mr. Keshe was also in Eindhoven and did his meetings there. So they have a different approach, a different way, but they also work with the plasma, and the results seem to be exactly the same as with our plasma water. It was something I would like to share with you. You can watch it on YouTube, TADX, Arnhem, and then plasma. It's very interesting. Thank you.
Thank you, Jacko. Yes, there's a lot of applications with the word plasma coming out in them lately, and even in the outer reaches of our solar system as well, with the little satellite that's gone off. What is it called? I forget the name of it now. That's one of the first rockets that they sent off into space to send back signals, and it's gone beyond the heliosphere of the sun, beyond the influence of the sun, into the outer reaches of the space. And it's actually in a part of space that they've never recorded the signal from. And I just got a report from a physics magazine yesterday that they received, there's a hum in space. When you get rid of the sun's hum and all the noise of the sun from the solar flares and its, you know, the extreme energy and so on, you get way off into space beyond the reaches of the sun. They say there's a hum to space. There's a certain hum to the energy of space that they didn't know about before. And this is a new idea. So, and it's due to the plasma in space is the point there. So there's a hum to plasma. Mm-hmm.
Yes, was it Galileo, the satellite?
No, I think it's Voyager, I think it's called.
The Voyager. Ah, okay.
The first, there's like 3 Voyagers, and the first one is now on the outer reaches of our of the heliosphere of the sun. So the Coulomb barrier, or the plasma of the sun, is beyond that and into just the plasma of space, which no man-made object has been to yet. And it's still sending back signals. They take a long time to get here, but it's still sending signals. It's interesting.
Finally, we start to explore our reality around.
Mm-hmm. It's funny, it comes from a ship that was launched, I think it was 40 years ago, something like that.
Cool.
Okay, is there anything else that we should be talking about here, or should we wrap things up, ladies and gentlemen?
Rick, hi, it's Dean here. I'd just like to say that the other evening I was present outside in a very beautiful location, and I witnessed the satellites that were revolving around the Earth at present. There was a very long line that went on for about, I'd say about nearly 3 minutes. And obviously this situation is growing, and it's interesting to see this phenomenon, and to realize that this technology is actually old technology compared to the plasma. It's being put forward and used around the planet, but the knowledge we carry and the information about the plasma is in advance of this technology by thousands of years. And so it was quite interesting to view the night sky and see this new position taking place on a regular basis every evening. So it was a interesting moment for me to see this lights in the night sky that are moving in a certain way. Something I think we will all get used to in the times to follow. So would someone like to read the thank you for the end of our show?
Thank you. I can read it.
Thank you, Stefania.
Thank you. I give freely from my soul to all soul in existence. Take what you need, the Universal Council, and I am present.
I am present.
I am present.
I am present.
I'm present.
And we thank everyone for being present here in the 169th One Planet, One Nation, One Race for World Peace on Tuesday, May 11th, 2021. It's been a pleasure hosting today. Thank you to all of our Universal Council members for their presentations and for the questions and comments from our other folks that are attending here. And we look forward to another show next week at the same time and place. And we also have the Keshe Plasma Reactor Group coming up Wednesday at 7 a.m., starting 7 a.m. Central European Time, which is the same as 10 p.m. Pacific Time on Tuesday today. And of course, we have the Knowledge Seekers Workshop coming up Thursday at the regular time of 9 a.m. Central European Time. That'll be Thursday, May 13th. Okay, is there any other announcements? I think that's it. Okay, thank you everyone for being here today. See you next time around.